Good day, and today I want to talk about moving the feet. Something that I think it's rather misunderstood, overemphasized, and there is an importance to it. And I want to say right off the bat, I'm not trying to discredit anyone. There's some very good horsemen, very intelligent men that will tell you the importance of moving the feet, but I think they leave out a few things, and some of them maybe they overemphasize it. And then when it comes down to the people that are actually using these principles, they either forget about the other stuff that's involved or they get just a little too hung up on this move the feet. Now, very early on, it is actually rather important. And, well, I, going back to leadership, one of the things that determines hierarchy amongst horses is who moves who. Very simple principle. And when you are moving the feet, that's basically what you're doing, is you're making the horse move, which establishes you higher than the horse. I'll give you a very, very short, very simple example of it. And whatever it takes, he's just a little reluctant sometimes to do anything. But see, I'm making him move his feet because I'm higher. I want him to go the other way. There. Well, that's pretty much all I'm going to do for a demo. But I'm going to talk about how there's a lot of other things involved other than, just simply moving the feet all the time. Because what they neglect to mention is the feet are connected to the legs are connected to the rest of the body, and the entire body is controlled by the brain. So really what you really want to do is you want to communicate with the brain. You want the horse to understand what you want, and simply moving its feet is not always enough. And if you have to continually do that for extended periods of time over and over again, you're probably doing something wrong, because you shouldn't have to do it a lot. You should only have to do it very briefly in the beginning to establish the relationship between you and the horse. And that's about it. So yeah, early on, it is actually fairly important to move the feet. But it's not one of those things that you need to be constantly doing. Although sometimes when they don't immediately respond to your cues, you might have to. But like I said, it's one of those things that, is overemphasized, and we forget about all the other stuff that's involved in it and what is actually going on. It's not just about the feet. Like I said, the feet are connected to the legs are connected to the body, and the entire body is controlled by the brain. So concentrating entirely on the feet, you're missing the end goal, which is to get to the brain. You want a horse that thinks. You don't want a horse that simply reacts when you make it move its feet. You want a horse that thinks about what you want it to do. And so the emphasis of move the feet, although it is sound in principle, there's a lot more to it than just making the feet move. Like I said, it's connected to the rest of the body, which is controlled by the brain. And that is your ultimate goal, is to get to this part here. It's not just about moving the feet. It's one of those things that, like I said, there's lots of good horsemen that teach it, tell you all about it. But like I said, I think it's one of those things that's overemphasized. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there, that's the only part they hear. And so they figure every time they got a problem, they got to move the feet, without realizing that there's a whole lot more going on that needs to be addressed than just moving the feet. So anyhow, I just thought I'd do a short one on that, talk a little bit about it, because it's one of those things I just keep hearing about, and I just keep thinking every time I hear it, is people just do not understand. There's a whole lot more to the horse than just its feet. Have a good day.